What up, folks? It's your pal, Coach Vino, and this is the Glass Half Full podcast where we turn setbacks into comebacks. Let's go.
Yo, everybody goes through setbacks, but don't let these setbacks make you take a step back. Step back from the situation, put your brush down, envision the picture you're painting, because everybody goes through setbacks.
All right. Welcome back to the podcast. I am Coach Vino, the people's bartender, and your certified coach from the Boogie Down Bronx. All right, folks, so it is August, and it has been a few weeks since I've released a new episode of the podcast, and I got to tell you guys something. I am sorry, not sorry. I mean, the reality is I did miss talk with you guys, but it is the summer months, and this is a great time of year for you, me, and everyone else to really take a break from some of the more time-consuming things we have to do in our lives and enjoy the summer months. Enjoy this beautiful weather with your family, with your friends, by yourself, whatever the case might be. And that is exactly what I've been doing. I went on a retreat for a week, which was a really fantastic experience. I've been spending a lot more time with my daughter since she's off of school, and my wife, and just taking vacation. And just really taking this time to kind of process, what's been going on and figuring out how to gear back up for the fall season and the rest of the second half of the year. But I will say this, look, the reality is that life is a lot. It really is, right? So any opportunity you get to say, hey, I'm going to take a time out, you should absolutely do so. Because when it comes to content creation, for instance, people might think it's a really quick thing, right? You film a video or you record a podcast and then, boom, put on the internet and that's it, right? It's actually a lot more work than that. And to all my fellow content creators out there, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm not just doing this podcast here. I also have a YouTube channel, if you don't know, where I make cocktails. And so I'm managing a YouTube channel, managing the podcast, and plus all the social media that comes with it. And there's a lot of planning, a lot of scripting, the filming, the editing, and all that stuff that comes out with that. And I do that weekly. So I've got 2 different platforms that I'm running weekly. Plus I have a job. I'm a coach. I have a practice. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm a friend. And I also like time for myself. I like to read a lot. So, being able to fit all that into your time, you gotta work out, you gotta take time to play with your kid and stuff like that. We just got the Switch 2. So, my daughter and me are playing a lot of Mario Kart. So, just trying to fit all that into my day, it could be much. And that's exactly what I want to talk to you guys today about, when it feels like there's just not enough hours in the day. And we all have those days, right? It feels like you blink and it's already gone, right? The day is gone. And I know that feeling. You wake up and you have a list of things to do. Like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And I'm not just talking about chores and errands. I'm talking about like things that feed your soul. I feel strongly about that. Like every day you should be doing something that you enjoy and love and makes you feel alive, right? But that said, it could feel like you have all these plans and then the day just steamrolls over you, right? You got work, you got family, you've got bills, responsibilities. And before you know it, the sun is down and you're sitting there thinking to yourself, damn, another day's gone by and I have not lived it the way I hoped I would. It's like life is just moving so fast. And the fulfillment part that you're looking for is moving a lot slower. It's not keeping up, And here's the thing. I used to think I just needed better time management personally, right? I used to say, if I manage my time better, I'll work this out, right? I'll get up earlier. I'll make, really good list of things I need to do. I'll use all my fancy, apps and whatnot. But it's not just about being a better planner, right? It's about just living better, right? See, sometimes we think that the answer is cramming more into one day because that's right. We're like, oh, if I could do all these things in one day, I've got to fulfill life, right? Like if I can just squeeze harder, then I'll finally feel like I did enough. But that's a trap, right? That's like a hamster wheel. Okay, you don't need to do more. You need to be more present in what it is that you're already doing. Be more present in what it is that you can fit into your day. All right, I'm gonna break that down. All right. There's a difference between a full schedule and a full life. Okay, and I'm learning this personally more and more as I start to build new parts of my life every day or every year. You could be booked from sun up to sundown with all different things you want to do, and you could still feel empty inside. But you could also have a simple day, right? Where maybe you go for a walk or just hang out with your kid, cook dinner, right? And you're going to feel like you just lived the best day of your life, right? Nothing changed. The calendar didn't change. The clock, the clock is still the same, still 24 hours a day. You changed. You changed the way the day felt. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of us are stretched thin. I feel that way sometimes, right? You got jobs, you got side hustles. God knows, you got someone you're taking care of. Maybe you have health issues. And I'm not here to act like, no, that's not real. I get it, 100%. But here's what I am saying. Even if life is busy, you've still got the power over how you live the moments in between, okay? So between the errands, the responsibilities, and the chores and all those things, what you do in between and how you experience those moments is up to you, okay? So maybe you can't take the whole afternoon off, but you can put your phone down while you're having lunch, okay? Think about that, right? These phones, look, I get it, man. Like, I'm a social media guy. I need people to be on their phones, right? But I don't want them to need to be on the phone. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's a whole different issue. Okay? So maybe you can't travel the world this year. But what you can do is find 10 minutes just to sit by a window somewhere, right? Sip a cup of coffee and just take a breath. I know it sounds kind of corny, but let me tell you something. It makes all the difference in the world. Every single day, no matter how busy I am, I walk out of my office onto my deck and I just breathe in the river. Okay? And if I want to go for a walk, I walk downstairs and I walk along the little park. But I do that every single day. Because what I don't want to do is have a whole day go by and I've been on calls all day and I've had clients in all day and I didn't take a second to just be. Sometimes that's all you need to help you feel alive. Okay? The magic isn't in how much time you got. It's in how you meet that time when you have it. Sometimes it's just 10 minutes. Sometimes it's all day. How you interact with that time is up to you. We keep waiting for life to slow down so we can finally enjoy it, right? That's all we talk about. Oh, man, when I retire. But what if it never does? Maybe even in retirement, it doesn't slow down. What if this fast-paced, imperfect, always on a roller coaster is the ride? This is it. You still get to choose where you put your attention. You still get to choose what matters. And sometimes one of the issues is we feel guilt if we're not productive 100% of the time. Right? If we're not doing something, we beat ourselves up because we didn't finish our to-do list. We didn't call that person back. We didn't hit the gym. We didn't make that big move. But when you have all those questions going through your head, I want you to do something. I want you to pause. And then ask yourself, what did you do? Did you show up for someone today? Did you try even if you felt tired? Did you smile at a stranger? Did you hold the door open for someone? Did you make someone breakfast? Did you do a report for someone that maybe they were running behind on time? I mean, who knows, right? Those things count. Those things matter. That's karma. You're not a robot. You're a human being trying to live with meaning in this world. Okay? And that world doesn't always make space for it. But you can make space for it. Some of us think that if we're not hustling nonstop, that we're wasting time. But the reality is that hustling without heart is just a burnout in disguise. That's all it is. Okay? I want you to hear something. All right? You do not need more hours. You need deeper ones. Right? Moments that make you feel alive. You want people who remind you of your worth. You want passions that light you up. I mean, even if it's just 5 minutes a day where you do something that feeds your spirit, that adds up. 5 minutes of joy a day. Just take 5 minutes, okay? Yo, that's 35 minutes a week. That's 25 hours a year, if my math is correct. And I've never been strong at math, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Okay? You're telling me that doesn't matter? Of course it matters. And here's the thing. There's always going to be more to do. Life's never going to say, all right, you're caught up. You're not going to enjoy yourself. It's just not going to happen. You got to steal time sometimes. Okay? But when you do that, you got to guard them like a treasure. And make time for what fuels you. Even if you got to start small. So I've been busy all year long. I took July pretty much off so that I could do some of the things that I don't normally have time to do. I stole time away from content creation so that I could spend time creating myself. You understand what I'm saying? Don't wait for a free day to start living. There's no such thing as the perfect time. The perfect time is the one that you've got right now. So if today feels short, let me tell you something. Don't panic. Don't spiral. Take one moment, just one, and make it count. Okay? Sit in stillness. Say something kind to yourself. Look someone in the eye and really see them. Okay? Say something kind to someone else. Those are the things that make the moments count. That's what makes the day feel full, even if the hours are few. Love, kindness, compassion. You're not here to survive, my man. Okay? You're not trying to survive the day. You're here to live it. And if all you did today was keep going when it would have been easier to check out, guess what? You lived. You lived. You had another day on this earth. Well, that's all I got for you folks. If you enjoyed today's podcast, I'd appreciate it if you left a review so you can help Coach Vino feed the hungry algorithm. If you or someone you know would like to work with Coach Vino, you can visit my website, coachvinollc.com. You can also follow the podcast on social media where I share my thoughts in bite sizes. And it gives me an opportunity to directly interact with you guys, which is always fun. So I'm everywhere at Coach Vino Podcast. And remember, folks, if nobody else tells you, Coach Vino appreciates you. Cheers. Thoughts and express what I'm feeling in a hip-hop form, but I was born to succeed, so as long as I breathe, ain't nobody on this earth gonna crush my dreams. Yo, this might be the end of the verse, but this is just the start of a new beginning. Word.